All right, 3 o'clock. Let's get to kind of the main dish today. And it's a little bit off the board, but it's important because I think I'm only speaking for myself, Rico. You and I, it's weird because sometimes we view things the same and then totally different, which makes it fun. Last night, Michigan basketball on the road against Wisconsin. It was essentially a pick 'em, maybe Michigan -1, depending on what book you were at. Not totally relevant, but guys, I laugh. And the reason is I always think about what would the reaction be had someone else done X. It's just how I view the world. And look, Michigan's not having a great year. Now, I don't think that means that all of a sudden Juwan Howard can't coach. That's not what this topic is about. Okay? My point is, where are the adults in the room in which Juwan is supposed to be the head adult, the head of the house? If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain. Well, first of all, what are some of your players doing wearing free Juwan T-shirts? What are we freeing him from? Exactly. Oh, is that a reference to where he punched a coach last year and got suspended?
Yeah.
Free Juwan a year later. Really? I'll say it again. Would Bill Self allow it? Would Izzo? Would Coach K? Would Roy? Would Jay Wright? Would any accomplished coach allow that? Absolutely not. It's an absurdity. For Juwan to claim he had no idea about it is also an absurdity,
From
and
your
it's
own
insulting.
son.
Correct. Totally insulting. But the headline last night is really Hunter Dickinson. Hunter Dickinson entered the arena in a ski mask because they were going to, quote, steal the game, close quote. Well, first things first, Hunter, in a pick'em, it's hard to steal it. It's not like you were catching 7.5.
Right. You weren't Northwestern taking it from Purdue.
Thank you. But it gets worse. He wears the ski mask, then proceeds to use the first half as a personal penis measuring contest with the Wisconsin fans that he went on a podcast and called scumbags. Now, Hunter, if you're doing radio or comedy, I don't care. Call fan base whatever you want. When you are a college athlete, although you're really a middle-aged man by college years, the point is you don't call fan bases scumbags. You then go to their house, and he made an absolute ass of himself after the, wait for it, 4 baskets. 4. He didn't go out and go Bimbo Coles and drop 30.
Don't forget the flex after the block shot.
Right. Second half, doesn't score, 0 for 3 from the field.
Oh, no. You missed halftime as he was going into the tunnel.
Oh, I know.
As he's hyping up the crowd and I can't hear you, went full WWE.
Where are the adults? Now, before you say, oh, well, it's kids having fun, stop. Hunter's going to be 23. That's not a kid. You know what this is? A, I don't know where his parents are, but I'd be ashamed. And I know how my parents would react. B, where's the head coach? Where's the staff? You know, at one point I respected Phil Martelli, a lifer in the game, a coach's coach, a guy who stayed at St. Joe's when he had opportunities a lot of other places. Phil Martelli's a really good coach and by all accounts a really good man. Where are you? Where is Juwan Howard? Because here's what I know. There is not another coach in America that would be okay with what Hunter Dickinson did last night. None.
You think John Beilein would put up with that?
There are coaches that I think are complete scumbags who wouldn't put up with it. Yeah. Bill Self, whose nickname is Dollar Bill, wouldn't put up with it. A ski mask? I'm sorry, what are you, John Cena? See, this is the problem here for me. If Michigan were actually good, I wouldn't have to like it, but I'd have to take it. Mm-hmm. But you could still have the question of, wait, they're supposed to be the bastion of integrity. Cutscene, what am I watching?
You're right. I don't even think Auburn's coach Bruce Pearl
total scumbag
would allow this to happen.
And a guy who needs deodorant.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, what are we doing here?
He sweats a lot.
You have, it's almost like he goes out of his way to be the villain, but that tells me you're not a real villain. Real villains are people who go out there, get the job done, and then talk to like Nick Stauskas, blowing kisses. You know what?
He was a killer.
Right.
Mo Wagner.
He beat you.
Mo, I hated him. He was a killer. I'd take him on my team any day of the week.
Mike Hart. You know what? All he did was score, and you couldn't stop him. Hunter, he's self-check.
No, he's basically Frank the Tank in old school at this point. It's embarrassing, and I don't know where the adults are in his life because this is my issue.
But he's trying so hard to be hated, and he wants the attention, and it's like, I don't understand. Why should I hate you? You're not really doing anything.
No, and look, if you are a great player, there are certain things you are afforded, entitled to, if you will, if you are a great player. But you know what? Let me give you an example. Is Ja Morant a great player?
Yeah.
Okay. Ja Morant is still facing consequences for some of his ish, if you will. Well, Hunter Dickinson ain't no Ja Morant. And this isn't the NBA. Okay? You're basically a middle-aged man on an NIT team, and you're acting a fool. So part of it is I'm not that upset at Hunter. I get upset at the adults that allow it. If I'm a Michigan fan, it's embarrassing enough we're not going to make the tournament. But you know what? Down years happen. MSU said 3 down years. But my point to you is, where is the coverage of it? And I will say this, and many won't like it, but I really don't care. Hunter's best talent is that he's white. Because if a black player wore a ski mask and did this type of crap, let me tell you how that rolls in a lot of places. It ain't right, but it's real. Where is the media to take this program to task, not for being bad, bad years happen, for being an utter clown show? How many things have to happen under Juwan Howard's watch before people start to ask a question about Juwan's capacity to be the coach and be a leader of young men? Now, we don't even need to go into Juwan's past because it's dotted with indiscretions. But let's just be on the level. What would happen if a Tom Izzo player wore a ski mask onto the floor and then they had free Izzo T-shirts? Like, wait, guys, stop. Stop.
Yeah, I didn't understand that because I thought that maybe the broadcasters were going back to last year. Like, well, why are they bringing this up? Oh, no, you're wearing this right
It's
now
an embarrassment.
because your coach hit another coach and got suspended, and you didn't know that your own kid was wearing this shirt. Okay. But, yeah, Hunter with the ski mask, he wants to be the Fab Five so bad.
Well, then get talent.
But here's the problem. Fab Five at least won stuff. They won games. Went to the Final Four, national title games. They did a lot of stuff. You're not that good.
No, and
You're all the antics. You're like Fab Five 0. You got nothing.
Rico, it's a circus. And look, fans will or won't believe what I'm about to tell you, but if MSU behaved in this manner, if Izzo was running this clown car, oh my God, I'd be screaming every day. It's ridiculous. It's absurd.
It's embarrassing.
You're an NIT team, and you're out here acting like you're 1990 UNLV at 36-1.
You're stealing a game that Wisconsin handed it to you. Wisconsin didn't score a basket.
In the last 11 minutes.
Not one. Not a two-pointer, not a three-pointer. Only free throws. You still didn't win the game.
I'll tell you one thing. Thank goodness for Juwan that they won the COVID year title. Because without it, look, the problem is I talked to somebody who's a diehard U of M fan, and he's one of the few. And, you know, he's just like, I'm over all of it. I want to win games, but even beyond it, I'm tired of the bleep. I'm tired of nonsense. Let's just play ball.
Right. And because swagger without winning is just buffoonery.
It's a great T-shirt. I mean, David, you're a Michigan guy. What are we missing in all of this? Because I laugh. It's the easiest column in the world for Wojo or any of the other people in this town to write.
Oh, now you care about basketball. No, I'm just saying. That's what will be said.
I'm a Michigan State fan. I've cared about basketball since the day I stepped on campus.
Well, now you care about Michigan basketball.
Michigan's played for 2 national titles in the last 12 years.
I'm just saying that's what Wojo's.
You know what that is? That's just word speak and gamesmanship, and I'm not into the curly shuffle. You see what's in front of you. You know that other people don't conduct themselves in this manner. Why is this allowed at a place that wants to pretend they're above it all? Where is Santa Ono, the super fan? I mean, honestly. What, are there any adults at U of M, or is basketball this far off the radar that it's just nothing more than a side piece?
Right now, yes, probably the fourth or fifth sport on the campus of Michigan.
David, what do you got? Go ahead. You can call us the old men at the opera and the Muppets. Go for it.
No, because it's ridiculous. Everything that I saw last night was ridiculous. And I had this thought in my mind, didn't express it last night, didn't express it this morning. John said it and a ticket texter said it. John Jansen said it.
Yeah.
And it's great. The night before, a masked man goes to Michigan State and shoots and kills individuals.
Oh.
And you got Dickinson the next day wearing a ski mask.
I don't want to even take
He's an adult.
I know, but David, just please listen to this, and then I'll be quiet, and you can have the rest of the hour. I don't even want to take it there.
Right.
Because I don't need to prove my point. Nothing with MSU has anything to do with it.
And I'm not making it about MSU. I'm making it
and-
about adults in the room.
No, the guy
Where are
went
they?
out there. Yes, he killed the people. I don't think he wore a mask. He just went and he did his thing. I could see where people were saying, I didn't draw that correlation
No, and
either.
I didn't
No,
either.
it's not
I'm
about,
just like-
you're not listening. It's not about Michigan State at all or Michigan. It's about adults in the room. Someone should be an adult, and he's an adult, should
Right.
say, you know what?
Hunter.
I probably shouldn't do this.
Hunter, Hunter, come here.
Think about this.
What are you doing?
That's it.
Why is that mask on?
that's the
Oh,
point.
I'm about to. No. Take the mask off. Take it off.
How
Come
about
on.
the first
Give
time
it
he
here.
goes out and does the ridiculous celebrations for a basket when it's like 5-4? All right, come take a seat with me.
Or shooting the guns in the crowd? Yeah.
Hunter, we're not doing that. Like, what
Now
are we doing?
that, I was just
Somebody
like,
needs to say something.
yeah, Hunter, how about we not shoot fake guns into the crowd, okay?
That's all
just
I'm
had a
saying
mass
here.
shooting.
Right.
Let's pump the
I
brakes.
mean, guys, like I go back a decade, and like one of the great college players that I've watched was Anthony Davis. You know, if you're modern Wilt Chamberlain, maybe you could get away with it. Maybe. But even then, Coach Cal ain't going to suffer fools.
Dude,
Coach Cal might be a scumbag, but he ain't going to suffer fools. Why the hell is Juwan Howard allowing it?
I've seen Tom Izzo stop the game because the crowd was chanting, "Who's your daddy?" to Bobby Knight. And Izzo stopped the game, went over to the PA announcer's mic, grabbed it, and told, "No, you're not doing this." I also saw it another time, I think it was 2 years ago, kick the guy out the game because the guy called somebody a cat. And he was like, "Oh, no." Pointed the guy out. Ushers came and got him. No, we're not doing that.
He really wouldn't have liked what went on at Gallagher-Iba Arena last night. I don't know if you caught any of the Oklahoma State game. Some of those chants were something, and I'll leave it at that because there is no way for me to describe it except look at the last name of one of the players on Kansas, and you can guess where that went. 248-539-9797. Leave it alone.
I was just going to say the player's name.
No, I'm making a well, then one of the announcers made a faux pas, but I'll tell you about that in the break.
Well, I'll give it to the Wisconsin, the guy who played the music at Wisconsin. Every time Hunter went and did something, they had a certain song for him. I'll just leave it at that.
248-539-9797. The bottom line is, where are the adults in the room with Michigan Hoops, and where are you at as a fan base, if you exist?